Okay, this is the next video on Helen. Helen has got much worse problems than I even thought. When I checked the oil on her, she registered almost nothing, and so I decided to just, whatever's in there, get out because it, can't be in very good shape. It's an old beat-up mower. And fortunately for me, I always like it when they have the drain plug, just like you do on an automobile, and you can take it out and drain the oil. I've got a block in the front and a block in the back, so it's level. So I take the drain plug out, and as soon as I take it out, I hear, sounds like somebody, pouring water into a tin cup. And I thought, oh man, not good. And so the crankcase, what liquid was in there was mostly water. And sometimes you can get a tip off on these mowers that's happened when you find weird things going on with the dipstick. And if you'll recall, I mentioned that the dipstick did not match this type of tube that it goes in. The dipstick was real long and goes to a quantum mower. I went into my supplies and I found the right one so I could check the oil, and was hoping it had oil and hoping that the dipstick would make a difference, but it didn't. To make a long story short, this crankcase was full of water. And often that's a fatal event, but I have grown to respect Briggs and Stratton engines so much over the years that I don't give up on them, and I won't give up on this one yet either until I put some oil in it and see if it is recoverable. But this is what came out. It's a watery, let me show you. You can see the water separation up there at the top. It's very, very liquidy, not much oil at all. I think it's just like oil stained water. So I've really got my work cut out for me on this mower. And the other thing that I wanted to mention to you guys is that another issue I didn't catch, maybe some of you guys did catch it just looking at it, because I was saying to you, oh good, it's got the little linkage here from the air vane to the carburetor. Well, that's just dandy, except this has to have space to operate, and this is the wrong rewinder for this kind of mower. So this has got to come off. I mean, it's going to have to come off anyway because it's broken right there. That's looks like something bit a chunk out of it, so there's no way to have a 3/8 head screw in there and hold anything down. So this has to come off, and we're going to put a replacement rewinder. I'll show you what is required here. Let me get the camera, I'll show you again up close. See, this is the wrong rewinder, because there has to be a gap right in here for this air vane to move back and forth and move that throttle. I'll show you. This is the one that it needs. You see the difference there? See that big gap? That's where that air vane comes out. So that's the correct one with this big cutout here. This has almost nothing cut out. The only thing it has is for the manifold. Well, you need all this to get that air vane to come out. So let's take this off and put the wrong one on, the right one on for a start. And let's see where we are in getting this mower. It had water in the crankcase running again. I'm kind of excited to show you guys this, because I have saved many many mowers that were full of water, which is a testament to Briggs engines. I did take off the blade and the blade adapter, like I discussed last time, using a wheel, gear puller. And so I'm going to get this horrible stuff out of the way before I spill it everywhere. And let's see, I got to make sure this dipstick has the two little screws that hold it to this rewinder. Well, fortunately for me, this one has the two screw holes, so this should work on this lawnmower. So I've got to get a 3/8 socket and get that off of there. So let's do that. Don't have to worry about that one because it's missing. And I wouldn't be surprised to find other things wrong with this mower because somebody's gone in and used weird things that don't match on it. That aren't designed for this mower. Okay, so I got that out. There's that little extension that you got to have that thing in there to keep the gas tank from breaking when you tighten it up. Oh, that one's broken too, isn't that nice? So let me get the dipstick out. I got to get a 1/4 inch for that. Oh, I just see my power wrench over there, so let's use that. Electric drill with a 1/4 inch extension on there. And once get that off, that's the only thing that's holding this rewinder on. Let's take a look under here. See what kind of critters we have. Not too bad. You know, I'll probably be able to at least maybe save this part. Was it does have both the dogs. I'm not a welder, but a person could weld things on there and get that to work again. And that's your air vane. While this is off, I'm going to go ahead and check the flywheel key on this, make sure it's okay. So let me get my ear protection on. The flywheel key has been bumped hard enough or sheared. I can do everything in the world. But this mower's not going to run right if the flywheel key is sheared. So if the blade is missing, I'm suspicious. This is not plugged in. Hang on. Yep. All right, there we go. Flywheel key. Let me dump this trash out of the starter cup. The flywheel key right now doesn't look too bad, but let me give it a little better inspection. When you get a motor this old, somewhere in its life it's often hit something and bumped it hard on, but this one appears to be okay. So we can put this back on. And since I'm going to be running this in the right direction to start, I'm going to unplug that spark plug there. I think this is missing a little screen. Let me go over here and see if I have a part for that. That little screen, I think it requires one of those for it to be correct. I may be wasting my time with this since it may not run with all that water in the crankcase. But I want to well, at least give it a chance. So here we go. I'm going to tighten this up now. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So let's see if our new rewinder is going to fit on here now. This came off this is a Craftsman mower. It's a Yard Machines rewinder with a little plastic vanity cover in the front. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Now you see how there's room for this now? You got to have that ability for that to move back and forth for it to work right. And obviously I'm going to have to find a carburetor, a tank, and a throttle spring. If I'm lucky, I'll even get this little one here. It's not 100% necessary, but it's good for fine adjustments of the RPM. But you definitely got to have the big one. Okay, so when you guys come back, I will have, get this where it won't cut it, move that cord right there. I will have attached this rewinder, the dipstick, and we'll go from there. So please subscribe. If you like what you're seeing, please comment and share it with your friends. Talk soon.